And welcome to another edition of the Wake Up Late with Dougie show. Merry Christmas, everybody. I hope you had a wonderful Christmas and holidays and got to spend time with your friends and family and didn't catch the Omicron. Hope you didn't get COVID from your family. A lot of people are getting it, but don't worry, it's mild. You shouldn't die from it. You'll probably die from a flea bite or something else before then. But hey, it's a new year. And Nostradamus says in 2022, we're going to have fire hit from the sky. So while we're all worried about getting vaccinated, I wonder if a vaccination will save us from an asteroid. What does Fauci say about that? Well, we'll find out. But we have a great show today, everybody. I have two special guests with me today. And of course, as usual, we're going to be talking about some topics. I'm going to be asking them some questions and let me ask you. And of course, in our segment, The News is a Joke, we got several stories that should hopefully make you laugh. And if it doesn't, screw yourself. You know, maybe you're just a Scrooge. Maybe you're not somebody who's meant to laugh. Maybe you're just somebody who's meant to be miserable all your life. Maybe you should be, like a librarian. Is anybody a library? Is there any librarians left? Is there any libraries left? Who knows? Anyway, let's get to it. Joining us today on the show, alumni of the show, a regular of the show, Mr. Anthony Rogers is here. And my good friend and fellow comedian, Danny Braff, is with us today. Welcome, fellas.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Thank you. Yeah,
welcome.
It's your pleasure.
Yeah, it is.
It looks like we're on CNN right now. I love this.
Yeah, at least somebody's watching it.
Yeah. I also like that you use the term friend loosely.
Yeah. Now, you wouldn't consider us friends, Danny? I mean,
no, we're friends. I'm just fucking with you. You said good friend. We're friends. We're friends. I enjoy seeing you whenever I see you.
So we're not good friends? You're not good friends?
No, you're great.
We're friends, and I like you. I like you. I would have sex with you any night of the week.
Same.
Well,
I actually died from COVID, so I'm glad you brought that up. I'm actually a ghost. I died from 3 different variants. Every time Fauci talks, I die. It's like, it's crazy.
Yeah. I want to die after seeing your beard.
Are you jealous of his beard? Because you have a beard, obviously.
No, I think that's where the COVID is formed, in that beard. It's
it doubles as a mask, so it makes me look better. It upgrades me 4 points on the 10 scale. You know.
There you go. But absolutely, Danny. I met Danny in Florida when he started doing comedy, and then Danny has broken out the booking rooms and is becoming a booking sensation, booking shows in Jersey and New York, even West Side Comedy Club. Over the years, that's why I say good. Over the years, you've reached out for some advice, and hopefully it was helpful.
Yeah, it was.
That's why I said good friend, because I don't ask advice of people who aren't good friends.
I was kidding. I do love you. I think my first time seeing you was when you were opening for Rob Schneider at the Improv. When I first was living down there, and you crushed, and I was impressed. And I think you're a super funny and nice guy, and has always been very kind to me.
There you go. And met your mom and dad, who are always very nice and very
They're
supportive.
Good. They're good Jews.
They're good Jews.
Very, very good Jews.
That's why I was scared. I asked you guys how your Christmas was, and didn't know if Danny said back there going, I don't celebrate. Now, are you a Jew that celebrates Christmas?
No, I'm one of the chosen people, so I don't. Yeah. But I don't care. I also barely celebrate Hanukkah. This year, I don't know. There's all the people think you get 8 gifts for Hanukkah. I got 1 gift, and it was a pillow. So that was nice. I don't.
Great. That's a great.
Another reason I'm glad I'm Christian.
Also, last year for Hanukkah, my parents got me a weighted blanket, and they were like really trying to drive in the fact they think I'm autistic.
A weighted blanket. Those could be nice.
I do like it. I do like it. It is very nice.
Yeah, I now as an older fella, and I didn't get any gift. I bought myself the gift. One of the gifts I bought myself was a new soundboard to do the podcast on, and I realized that I can't connect it to my computer today when I unpack. Yeah, it doesn't have that USB connection. It's one of those soundboards, I guess you connect to a sound like an amplifier, or that kind of thing where you plug it in with the.
Is there like an adapter or something?
There could be, but you know what? I don't want to get into that monkey wrenching and having 14 different things connected to my computer to do it. But how was your Christmas, Anthony?
It was really good, man. I had a good time, dude. I don't know, it was fun, man. A lot of snacks, a lot of good times, yeah.
That's what we do in Christmas now. That's what we get to look forward to during Christmas. We get to look forward to not really gifts, but food and drinking and partying, right?
Yeah, 21 I'd have laughed at like
That's the fun
snacks, but now at 35 I only care about the snacks, I feel like.
Yeah.
What do you think about? No, never mind. I was about to say Peeps, but that's Easter. I'm sorry. Never mind.
Yeah, get your Christian.
It was the wrong
holidays
holiday.
You're the chosen one.
They all go together. What are the Christmas foods then? If it's not Peeps.
Oh, it wasn't traditional. It was just like we had like hot wings and steak and like potatoes, all just good food. It wasn't like a traditional thing. I don't know if people traditionally have like, I don't know, meth. I don't know.
Yeah. Isn't like 7 fishes? That's a thing.
I don't know. I don't follow any of that. It's like I just eat good food, you know.
Yeah, it's hard to follow.
We did prime rib.
Yes, we did. That's awesome.
Even like Thanksgiving, I come from a Latin family, so Thanksgiving we'd have some turkey. But we'd always have some Mediterranean food. We always have like chicken parm too.
Do you like turkey?
I think turkey's okay. I mean, I love turkey sandwiches. You know what I mean?
That's different. That's cold cuts. I like cold cuts.
Yeah,
I'm not a turkey
but
fan.
actually,
like Thanksgiving's food's boring to me.
Disgusting.
Yeah, it's like no wonder the Indians died. You know.
Yeah. We gave you all this, and this is what you. But I can't eat like. I love mashed potatoes. I love I love gravy. Turkey.
You got me.
Turkey. I always get mad when somebody gives me turkey with like one little spoonful of gravy. I'm like, look, is there a shortage on gravy? Can we give me? You know what I mean? I like everything wet. Is that right, honey?
But I also think that nobody really likes to. The more you talk to people across the board, people are like, I like chicken more than turkey. So then why don't we just have chicken?
Yeah, hot wings, man. Like hot wings are so much better than turkey.
Yeah. And my parents would say it's because of tradition, but you can change the tradition.
Well, you can. It's like I mean, some families even bring a ham into the mix, which I don't care for ham. Like this year, we had ham at my mother-in-law's house. I was there for Christmas, and they had ham, and they put way too much pineapple amidst the ham, so the ham.
Yeah, ham's gross enough. Why add pineapple?
And
aren't you supposed to not eat pork in any religion too? Like every like religious holiday makes like ham, but like it's like, aren't you just not supposed to eat pork in like every Abrahamic religion?
The only ham product I like is prosciutto. I mean, I like some little ham, like cold cut. I mean, prosciutto is, prosciutto gives me a boner. I mean, you know what I mean? My wife can trust me with 3 naked women strippers in the house all weekend alone, but she cannot trust me with a pound of prosciutto in the fridge. I'll eat the shit out of it. It's just delicious. And we made that. My wife made some prosciutto that was wrapped asparagus. With some, you get asparagus and you wrap prosciutto in it, and that was good. But my wife's Cambodian, so this year we had all the, there's all kinds of Cambodian food, which there is some Cambodian food smells horrible. It's like and then you eat it. It's like, how could something this good taste this good, smell so bad? And then I thought, oh, I've had that before. I've had
kind of like
ass. Food there yet? That's good.
What's that?
I'm glad to hear Cambodia has food now. It's good.
Yes.
I just thought they ate like crickets and shit.
No. When I first started doing comedy, it was funny because like I did a bit where my father-in-law, was didn't like me. It was like busting my balls and stuff. I'm like, hey, your daughter's last boyfriend lived in a fucking hut, okay, with palm frond leaves and a dirt floor. Okay, I got air conditioning.
I got 2 huts.
And somehow your apartment was worse.
Somehow my apartment was less expensive. Yeah, crazy. Now, by the way, Anthony, didn't you recently get married?
Yeah, I got married in August. Yeah.
Well,
congratulations.
Well, thank you guys. I appreciate it.
And Anthony, Danny's not married. Danny's still a young lad, and he's not going to get married for a while. And you don't want to do that. Now, are you living on your own, Danny? You're still living with mom and dad?
Does this baseball fan give you any hints? Mom and dad for life, baby.
Yeah, man.
Well, I
Why
think until
move
you're
out?
married, if you move out, you're an idiot economically. I mean, it just doesn't make much sense to move out without dual income. Like, I personally think that. I don't know. I know there's a lot of like what is it, like jokes about it and stuff, but I think it's dumb to move out until you're like have a relationship or dual income or something.
Why not? I mean, I couldn't. My mother was bipolar, so I couldn't wait to get the hell out of the house. I mean, I went to college. I got out. I came back. I went to school. Like halfway through college, I went to another college near where my parents lived, and I had to get an apartment right away. Um, but
No,
yeah,
you're a
man.
different generation now. We just like we don't have to do that. We just play Xbox and smoke weed and shit until we're like 30.
Right. Yeah, yeah, and you become proficient in nothing. Yeah.
I'll be good at something one day, Dougie. I'll be good at something one day.
Well, Danny asked. I mean, you do have a lot of Instagram followers. The last time you were on the show, we had thousands. We had 1,100 hits on our YouTube channel. I'm
cool.
guessing from your fans, because usually a lot of people just watch us on a Facebook channel page, but a lot of people went to that. So, what is the attraction to Anthony Rod? Like, I know you and I
Who
spoke.
are you?
Yeah, who are you, Anthony? Because Danny was a little concerned. Like, he didn't know if you had fake Twitter follower, Instagram followers.
I don't think
and you
it's
had all the
fake.
likes.
I don't think it's. It crossed my
You had all
mind,
the
and I was like,
likes.
no.
Yeah, he had the likes to back it up.
I don't know, man. I just like relentless narcissism in marketing. I don't know.
No, there's something, dude, because when you and I first met, I said the same thing. We met on Facebook, I think, and I go, "Wow, this guy's got a big following." And I looked up some stuff that you did some acting and stuff, but then I didn't. I was like, "What? I mean, was this guy just hand out money and loans money to people?" And he's got such a following. You know what I mean?
$10 to every person who follows me.
He's like Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
All right.
I feel like people care more about that than I do. I just
No, Jesus only had 12 followers.
He has a lot more now, though. He has a lot more now. Or is that why you guys killed him? I was joking.
Yeah.
Let's get into the Christmas spirit. All right. So you want to keep that vague. You said it's not important to you what you do or anything like that. How you got so much?
I didn't say it's not important what I do. I said followers aren't important. You made it sound better. I think though. I think I wish I said what you said. I said.
Yeah. I mean, so what would you attribute your fan base or your following from?
A lot of stuff, man. Like I used to have 1 million people on Facebook till I got deleted. I've had verified Facebook's deleted, verified Twitter's deleted. The problem is once you get so far, they just like delete you. So it doesn't really even matter. You like work really hard and you make your dreams happen, and then like some dork in Silicon Valley making like some 17-year-old dork in Silicon Valley just deletes your account like with purple hair. It's a fucking, I don't know, man. You said you called somebody a fucking retard or something. It's just dumb. It's just fucking dumb. So no matter what, your dreams will come true, and then they'll take them away from you.
You mentioned that about colored hair.
Yeah.
I can't help it. Like my nephew.
Coming from a ginger.
Yeah.
Yeah. At least I got to punch down somewhere. Like that's all I got is the guy's hair purple.
I mean, do you take people seriously that have blue hair and pink hair and
depends on what they say.
Hair?
I just kind of typecast them. It's like I don't know. They just seem like pink hair used to be like I'm punk rock and stuff. Now it means like I'm gonna cry and like try to make rules.
Yeah, exactly. I'm gonna judge everybody else and mock everybody else and curse everybody else for what they do. Meanwhile, like I live with my mom, and like I said, I have no proficiency in any skill whatsoever.
Yeah.
You know what?
We used to have like this thing called like majority rules. Now it's like whoever's the saddest rules. It's like whoever's the saddest person in the room, the biggest victim, they're the leader now.
That could be so true. Our first topic of the day in our segment, let me ask you, fellas. Let me ask you: should Hollywood stay out of politics in lieu of Bette
children?
Midler?
Probably.
Yeah, Bette Midler ends up apologizing for her tweet, and Bette Midler.
They're on Bette Midler now.
Well, I mean, she hasn't done anything in a long time. Hocus Pocus, she was in that movie.
Hello, Dolly, Broadway.
Hello, Dolly.
She's
big
a great
titties,
actress,
right?
Yeah, she used to be hot back then.
I heard she was incredible. My parents went to see her in Hello, Dolly and said it was amazing.
Incredible actress, right? But then she got opens her pie hole. Joe Manchin, for though Danny doesn't not aware, but Joe Manchin is a Democrat who basically is the person who put to death temporarily the Build Back Better Joe Biden plan. worth trillions of dollars.
Joe Biden has
and all
plans.
kinds of, yeah. Well, not much. But he, and everybody's going after him. And so basically, Bette Midler had posted a tweet. I thought I had it here. What Joe Manchin, who represents a population smaller than Brooklyn, has done to the rest of America. Who wants to move forward, not backward, like his state? Is horrible. He sold us out. He wants us to be just like his state, West Virginia, poor, illiterate, and strung out.
That's actually funny. I don't care. Like,
yeah.
But so I think that's two different questions. Should she have tweeted that all West Virginia is that? Probably not. But also, I don't. The question is, should entertainment stay out of politics? I don't. I hate that because why can't they? They're just normal people. Should an electrician not be able to say his political views? Why does it?
No.
Of course,
No,
anyone can say their political views.
I don't want to hear
anybody can say anything at any time. I think we have like free speech, and anyone can say anything at any time. It does, and like they've canceled so many people. They're on Bette Midler now.
So right now you're not, but right now you're saying a political. You're talking, well, not right now, but you talk about politics. You're not a politician, so should comedians not be able to talk about politics?
Right.
I think everyone should be able to say whatever they want. And I think like they're trying to limit our speech through all these like bullshit tactics. I think you literally say things that people don't like all the time, and it doesn't matter if people don't like what you say. Like, you're allowed to complain about what people say, and you're allowed to say things. Like, in my opinion,
I agree with that.
Okay. I agree with that. I agree with that. But you also have with freedom of speech comes the consequences of that speech.
See, I disagree with that. Everybody says that, but I disagree with that. I think free speech is free speech. It just means you're allowed to say whatever you want, in my opinion. But I know that people disagree for sure.
Well, yeah. I mean, I believe in that. I mean, that's why I have a podcast. I think I want to be able to say, as Danny said, I want to be able to say whatever I want. But I also have to understand that if I say something, I may have somebody use their freedom of speech and tell me I'm a fucking asshole for saying that.
And they're allowed to do that too. They're allowed to.
Yeah, and that's what I meant by repercussions. But I think for the most part, there's many people, like whether it was sports athletes, LeBron James, people making, I mean, and then of all, like Alec Baldwin, who,
great shot.
Yeah, by the way, but he really takes a roll on, doesn't he? And
I didn't think liberals could shoot that well.
Yeah. The problem was he was aiming at the other camera guy.
We've seen like Epstein's friends learn how to shoot guns. I don't know.
It's just, I mean, I think it's good that people express their opinion, but if you are not like, okay, like I manage money for a living for 32 years. So when I speak about that, I don't, I say authoritatively. I know what I'm saying. I'm advisoring on it. I'm saying, but when it comes to things like technology, computer, and other things, I'm just kind of throwing out an opinion. You know what I mean? I'm not telling somebody what to do or say. You know what I mean? I'm just sick and tired of these Hollywood's elite telling me how I should think or judging, like in this case, basically telling a whole state, that they're all shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm more tired of people taking them seriously. I think they're allowed to say dumb things. Just like, why are people taking them seriously? Like, why does West Virginia care what Bette Midler thinks of them?
I don't think they do. I mean, you're right. I'm pretty sure they don't give a fuck. Bette Midler, that chick with the big tennis. Yeah, I don't think they give a fuck. Danny, what were you saying?
I threw out a stupid joke.
This is a comedy podcast, so that's good of you. But listen, I just think that's some folks just tired of it. But you're right. Anybody should be able to say what they want, but some people, if you don't know what the fuck you're talking about, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, it's like I disagree with like 90% of what I say. You know what I mean? I don't care.
Yeah. See, that's what you got to do, Danny. If you want to have hundreds of thousands of Instagram followers, just say a bunch of shit you don't give a fuck about, and just let following.
That's all comedy is, right? Isn't that all comedy is? Like just like fucking saying crazy shit.
I would think so. Anyway,
you're probably right, Jokes. You're an older generation. You guys have talent.
I know. I can't be one of these. What do they call these? Danny, you're a young guy. What are the comics that are in Brooklyn? What do we call them? Alternative comics? Is that the expression?
I don't know. Yeah. But the thing is, there are also good alt comics. Like Todd Glass is technically an alt comic, and he's amazing. But like, so I don't even feel like that's fair. But yes, I think that's the people who go for Clapter. They just go, "Oh, I'm gay," and then everyone goes, "Woo!"
Oh, I know, dude. It's like being vegan or something. It's like, I don't even eat meat, guys. It's like, who cares? I've been sober for like 30 days. It's like, who cares? Stop virtue signaling. It's like, be funny.
Yeah. It's absolutely true. You're right.
Well, they canceled everybody else though, so we're just stuck with like Dave Chappelle telling stories about when he used to be funny. You know what I mean? It's just like they literally canceled everybody, man. Like you can't even. I mean, you can't even be funny on Twitter anymore. Like I can't even make a Twitter account anymore. They won't even let me make a Twitter account.
Yeah.
What did you say that pissed him off?
Nothing. I ran for office as a Republican, and then they're fucking cowards, and they fucking won't let me talk.
Yeah.
They all think we're just racist and bigots because they don't understand policy, and they just want to like virtue signal and cry all the time. And limit people to that stronger voices.
Twitter's kind of fallen off. I know the stock has fallen off a bunch, and
I agree.
they can't monetize it. They can't figure out a way to monetize Twitter, unlike all the other social media apps and stuff like that. So, but I got kicked off Twitter because I borrowed one of Rich Voss's lines. I got into a little debate with somebody, a woman in England, who was trying to tell me about my country. And then she got personally, and I said, I would step over your naked body to blow the corpse of Freddie Mercury. And she complained. It's just thanks to Rich Voss's line. But, and of course, that she felt threatened by that somehow. And I lost 7,000 followers. And I am no longer at Dougie Dangerous. I'm at Funny Fiduciary with a whole 80 followers.
They won't let me make a personal account, but I still have a podcast account with like 500 people on it. They deleted my verified account when I ran for like a little bit after running for office, which is called election interference, like basically. But they don't. But they're the judges and they're the court and they're whatever. So the rules don't even matter if you're like you know what I mean. They already.
Now, are you done? Are you done with politics, Anthony? Are you done with it? Or
no, I'm running again, probably.
Yeah,
I'm probably running again. Yeah.
How close were you? What was the? It was funny because when they showed it, everybody had their photos, but you had like an image. I mean, how could you vote for somebody you don't even see their face? I mean, I won
my primary. I slaughtered my primary, and then I got slaughtered by Cory Bush, like an illiterate person. Basically, a person that can't even read and write is supposed to write bills. Like, it just made no fucking sense. Like, we live in like the dumbest generation I've ever seen in my entire life. And like, yeah, I was slaughtered in the main election. I lost by like 60% or more.
Wow. Well,
yeah, it was bad. I'm running again though. It took her three times. It took her 3 times to win. So I mean, I won my primary the first time. It took her 3 times to even win her primary. So I'm ahead of her course.
Well, good for you.
So when you do stand up? When you do stand up, do you do politics in the stand up or like do you do political jokes or
sometimes it just depends. Sometimes it just depends. Like in St. Louis where I ran, I make fun of everybody that voted against me. Like I'll be like raise your hand if you're a Democrat, and they'll like raise their hands, and I'll go off on them for voting against me in a funny way. Usually, I don't know. But yeah, no, most of the time people don't care about politics. I'll just like make jokes. It depends. Like I just make fun of whatever I want to. Really.
Well, that's good. Speaking of politics, we had a feud last week between Elizabeth Warren and Elon Musk. I don't know if you caught any of that.
I did, yeah.
But on Twitter, Pocahontas, as Trump used to call her, Elizabeth Warren called out Elon Musk as a freeloading. What did she call him? A freeloader who doesn't pay his taxes.
And he paid the most taxes of all. Like he paid like $11 billion in taxes, and she like
this year.
And he said something like that. She pays $11 billion in taxes, and she gets government money from like running for office or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, she's one to call anybody a freeloader because she doesn't pay taxes. Number one, as a member of Congress, like many members of Congress, they're allowed. They're almost. They don't have to worry about insider trading. They're benefiting from that. We, the people, pay her salary. So if anybody's a fucking freeloader, it would be Elizabeth Warren.
I don't know if you know this, but Elon Musk in the newest Tesla, maybe this is not the newest one, but a new feature on the Tesla is that it's a whoopee cushion built into the seat. This is true. Like you could set it so that when someone sits on the passenger seat, a fart sound comes out of the seat. So it sounds like that person farted. And what I'm saying is if you invent that, you shouldn't have to pay taxes.
Exactly. Not only if you invent that, but you
No one
put
should
it
pay
in a
taxes.
vehicle, right? I mean, can you imagine, like, you get in a spacecraft, you're about to go to fucking the moon, all of a sudden, oh, fucking SpaceX. You know what I mean? You're fucking shitting your pants. There's nothing worse than thinking you just shit your pants before you go to the moon, right? I mean,
Yeah,
you
this
just
man
you
doesn't
just
need to
put
pay
on
taxes.
you just put on new underwear and everything. You got a new fucking suit, and you feel like you just shit yourself. I think the question really was here: who would the world be better off without Elizabeth Warren or Elon Musk? If we had to get rid of one of them, who are we going to get rid of?
I'd get rid of both of them and
Elon
taxes.
Musk.
Well, that's not the game, Anthony, and that's why you
Okay,
didn't win your
sorry.
political race. So you can't follow fucking directions. All right, it has to be one of them. If you get, if
That's so
you know,
funny.
you-
I
one
guess
has-
Elizabeth
I mean,
Warren.
Elon Musk is changing the world for the better.
True. And trying
Yes,
to. Yeah.
I mean-
Elizabeth Warren just complains all the time and projects onto people.
yes, agreed. She's never really done anything when you think about it.
No, she just wanted another one of those pantsuit lesbians that just bore the fuck out of me. You know, it's just like boring as fuck. It's just like say something, like do anything. You know what I mean? Do fucking anything.
Yeah, she loves gathering stats that are really not important, and then demonizing the rich. We live in a country that successful people become successful because they fucking know what they're doing, right? I mean, I'm just tired of this demonization.
And Kim Kardashian.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
we
heard
have
that
flaws too.
I heard that she passed the bar exam without going to law school. Because
Really?
she was going to take it. Yeah, she wanted to be a lawyer, and so somebody was asking me that because I thought of the same thing. I scored a 172 on my LSAT. I was supposed to go to Georgetown Law or NYU Law, and I didn't because my father became ill and I couldn't work. Or he couldn't work, and then somebody said to me, "Goes, well, you could have just studied on your own and still taken the bar." I go, "Because you passed the bar, you're a lawyer."
Yeah, especially in California, you don't need a degree or anything like that. You just pass the bar.
Can you imagine? Can you imagine just like being like you walk into a law office and you're like, oh, we have a guest lawyer in today. You just walk in and Kim Kardashian sitting on the chair, their big ass. She's your divorce. You're getting divorced. You're getting divorced.
What's that?
Her dad was O.J. Simpson's lawyer. Got him off with murder.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Her dad was Johnny Cochran?
Rob Kardashian.
Yeah, he was the main, right? Yeah, he had Johnny Cochran,
Alan Dershowitz.
Yeah,
right.
He was part of that team, and
the dream team or whatever they called it.
Yep. And boy, I got to tell you, but yeah, so good for her. But yeah, well, it's good. So if we had to get rid of somebody, we're going to get rid of Elizabeth Warren, Elon Musk. Sorry, Liz, you're gone. There you go. Now, on the news, we also saw that. I don't know if you guys saw the story, and I think we got the video queued. I'm going to ask Ben to get ready, but I started doing martial arts again. Somebody says, "Oh, you're going to start fighting again?" I go, "No, I just got a lot of flights coming up. I got to get prepared." myself. I got to start stretching. Now, before I get on a plane, I start doing splits and shit, and start doing a little heavy.
Is that a bit?
Work. Yeah, I'm working on it a little bit.
Funny.
Yeah, the old joke was I started doing some heavy bag work, so I bought an ounce of pot instead of a quarter. I did. I bought a big old bag. When I was back in Florida, I got a big old supply. But I don't know if you heard the story about the woman who flew from Tampa to Atlanta, and she got into a fight with a man because he was eating and drinking, and he had his mask down, and she started yelling at him to put his fucking mask on. Meanwhile, her mask isn't down. So they get into an altercation. We got the video of it. And my question is, watch this. So if this woman did this to you, would you be as calm as this fella? Run the video, Ben.
Yes, you are.
Yeah, put your fucking mask on. Who invited you to come drink your ass up? Don't you dare talk to me like that. You stand your ass up. Stand your ass up. Stand your ass up.
Sit down, Karen.
Karen?
Goddamn Karen,
No.
sit down.
Sir.
Sit down, Karen.
Sit down for a
Sit
second.
down, Karen.
Whoa.
Listen, no, you're the pussy.
Oh, no, you're the dick.
Do you want the police to meet you on the ground?
Where What about him?
Mask up now.
Mask up.
Put your mask up.
Mask up. Tell him
You
to
got
mask
your
up.
mask down, bitch.
Sir,
Yes, I did.
stop it again.
You're
Whoa.
going to jail. That's assault. You're going to jail. As soon as we get in Atlanta, you're going to jail. Bitch. Karen. Hey, spit on me. Hey, double going to jail. Bitch.
You fucking piece of shit.
Piece of pussy. Sit down, Karen.
Fucking
Sit down, Karen. Sit down, fucking Karen. Look, she punched me. She
Put your
slashed my
fucking
face.
mask on. Tell him to put his mask on. Put your fucking mask
Punched
on.
me. She scratched my face. I want her the fuck
Put
out
your
of here.
fucking mask on. Put your
Gotta be
fucking
high,
mask
Put
on.
yours on, bitch.
I will put my mask on. I will put my mask on when you put your mask on. Thank you.
That guy's gonna take her in the back and join the Mile High Club with her. There you go.
What the fuck?
Yeah. I asked my wife. I go, honey, if that was me and that woman, my wife would have got up and pounced to beat the shit out of her. What would you be that? I mean, I don't want to hit. I'm not going to hit a woman. You know what I mean? But if a woman spits on me, she's definitely gonna get the face plant. Like, I'm gonna put my hand over her face, and if anybody ever says, "Why'd you do that?" I'm gonna go, "Well, because I don't want her to spit on me again." And then I'm gonna push her head into the fucking luggage rack. What would you do, Anthony?
I would never be on a plane right now. But I don't know, man. I think all these people are emotionally unstable, and we're doing everything the rich people want us to do. We're all fighting each other and killing each other instead of overthrowing the fucking corrupt regime that's making us do all these dumb things. But I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know what I would do. I would just fucking, I don't know, man. That's crazy. That's legit crazy. Like, all these fucking mask people are insane, man. Like, I bet she's triple vax too. It's like she's like, all these fucking people are so fucking insane, man. I don't know.
Yes, she doesn't have the mask on. She's worried about her health and her life. Meanwhile, she's
Supposedly.
mask off. She's yelling in somebody's face.
That's wild.
Yeah,
Now,
people
Danny,
are nuts
you're-
right now. I think
you're-
they're just scared.
She didn't. That's why it's so crazy just to not have your mask on and then be yelling at someone.
Yeah,
I
she
can't
was
believe people
arrested.
think a mask
I guess that's
stops
what you
a
get for
virus.
flying Spirit.
I can't believe people think a mask stops a virus. That's why I bought a bus, so I don't have to ever fly on a plane again. These fucking people are just fucking retarded, man. Like, there's no other word for it. They're just fucking retarded. They're just acting like they're yelling at people. They're fucking, I don't know, man. They just literally, this is the dumbest generation I've ever seen in my life.
It is unbelievable. People, there's virtue signaling, and everybody thinks they want to be touted for being good people, but inside they're just so bad. They're just so unhappy inside. Could you imagine if this guy, I wonder if she has a boyfriend, he's watching that video going, oh shit, I guess I got to find a date for New Year's Eve. She went to jail. The FBI, and you know what? That's the new thing. I am all for when somebody acts like that in an airplane. Now, you may not agree with this, Anthony, but I think if somebody acts like that on a plane, they should be banned from flight.
They should be thrown off the plane
while it's in flight, right?
Yeah. What was that dictator, Pinochet or whatever? He just like throw people off helicopters. Like, I'm for that. I don't know. Like, we don't. They don't make any sense, man. Like, I think everybody's like scared stupid right now. It's just MK Ultra. Everybody's just scared to a point of being stupid as fuck. And they don't make any sense. And we're all arguing with each other rather than like overthrowing the people making us argue. It's not even really her fault. She's manipulated by fear tactics to basically be like this. So I blame the people like Fauci and Bill Gates and all these people that are actually making these people this scared.
But she also clearly, she doesn't believe what she's saying because she's not masked. The fact that she's not masked means she doesn't believe what she's saying.
Well,
so it's not the fear tactic. She's just an asshole.
Well, that's actually probably true. That's a good point. That's a good fucking point, actually.
Right. Yeah. Let's look at that. Right. So she's not fearful. She just wants to be right. She wants.
Yeah.
What is it? She's. She definitely looks like she's on medication. Let's face it.
Yeah, she's drugged up for sure.
She just does not look right. It's like the woman who was breastfeeding the cat. Did you guys see that video?
Yeah.
My dad sent that to me today. I didn't watch it yet.
I think that was fake.
Yeah,
I think that was staged. Like a
I was just
skit.
going to ask you that. I think that is a stage video because the cat had those fucking eyes, and it looked a little played.
Looks like a stuffed cat or something.
It did, and the way it was moving in her hand, right? It didn't look a few people have said that, and I
Great
agreed.
skit, I thought it was hilarious.
Yeah, but what's the risk? Like now she was met by the red jackets of Delta. If you get in trouble on a Delta flight, a crew of people with red jackets visit you once you get off the plane. And then where does she go? Oh, it's a big cat. Yeah. So, I mean, you got a bus. I don't have a bus. I don't mind driving, but I don't want to drive to fucking from South Carolina to Vegas. I don't want to drive.
That's why you get a driver.
Yeah.
You get a driver
Even
to pass
then,
out on your king size bed on your bus.
Oh, yeah, that's nice. You got to see, he's got a school bus that he's decking out and customizing. It's amazing.
Really?
Yeah. I built a school bus in RV. It's about 80% done right now. My wife and I built it, and that's how I'm gonna be torn and stuff, probably.
That's awesome.
Does
it still gum on the bottom of the seats?
No, there was, bro. It was a mess, man. It was like you had to scrape off the walls and paint it and all this stuff. It was a mess when we got it.
You just pick it off, double bubble.
You're not gonna waste it, You're not gonna waste.
Bazooka,
and it still doesn't.
It's got some flavor.
But no bazooka gum ever has any flavor, man.
Like a plane just sounds like the worst sell point to me ever, unless you own one, because like literally you have to like get your balls grabbed by a 4 to even get on the fucking plane, and then you get on there and you're stuck with all these Karens and all those people stupid enough to get vaccinated, and you're literally just like, what the fuck is going on? I literally couldn't even imagine riding a plane right now. I would never wear a mask. I would never fucking get vaccinated. I would never ride a plane. I'm just fucking, I'm like, this generation just lost me, man. I'm just gonna live in the fucking woods, They just lost me.
Why not? Right? Why not? Like, I'm running with that now. I'm not vaxxed. Somebody says, how come you're not vaxxed? And I go, well, because I had COVID. So my doctor said I don't have to worry about it. But if I want to go do shows in New York, I got to get vaccinated.
You couldn't pay me to go to New York and LA right now. Fuck those places. Like California lost a house seat because everybody left. You know what I mean? You couldn't fucking pay me to go to these shitholes, man. Like the dream's dead, The dream's fucking dead. And I don't even want to tell people Missouri's awesome, so they don't come here. I mean, it's like go to fucking Florida and Texas, you retards. It's like fucking go there. It's fucking great. They got the ocean or something. Stay the fuck out of Missouri. That's how I feel.
By the way, that's our new saying. Like here, I live in Greenville, South Carolina now, which is heaven on earth. It's beautiful here. We love it. But everybody here is like we don't want people to move here. So now when people ask me, hey, how's Greenville? I'm like, it's horrible. It's a shithole. You don't want to come here.
Yeah, AIDS and COVID everywhere. Don't come here. Fauci's right. We're all dead.
Very interesting. You're right. California is very concerned. Not only did they have hundreds of thousands of people leave, but very few people are going there. A lot less people are going there now too, as well. So,
it was interesting. It was interesting. The difference between I think New York and LA with COVID and comedy in particular is I feel like in New York and LA, COVID was illegal. I mean, comedy was illegal for both of them. You weren't allowed to do shows, but in New York, people were doing it anyway. Like everyone, I was doing shows people would find ways to do it. They would do like speakeasy type I was running a show every Sunday on a rooftop in Brooklyn that was technically illegal. It was technically not happening, but we were having 50 to 70 people come out every week. In LA, that wasn't happening. I feel like they just gave up.
Well, they did
they had outside shows and stuff. Like I see some people do shows in LA stuff, do these like outside things, and it was just fucking weird, man. Like I mean, when you see like an open market like Florida and Texas and nobody die, like you have to like put this together like we're being lied to. Like by now you have to see that like when no one followed the rules in Texas and Florida, and there's not dead bodies everywhere, and I guarantee not many people in Florida are vaccinated. I just kind of see that like you have to connect the dots at some point, and if you don't, you're just fucking retarded at this point. You know what I mean? I just don't respect people like that don't connect the dots at this point. It's just like, and it's not their fault; they're being lied to. I mean, it's just like I blame, like I said, I blame the people lying. But I don't know.
Well, it is amazing, right? I mean, people talk about that, like they keep talking about the unvaccinated. Joe Biden even said that again today. He's like the unvaccinated, and I'm like, you know what? It's not the unvaccinated. It's the immune and the people that are immune and the people who aren't. This country has a hard time accepting the people with natural immunity. The people that have had COVID as a natural immunity versus the vaccine, but they keep pushing it.
I think COVID was made by Microsoft, so it doesn't work very well.
Yeah, it's got its. It needs too many plugins.
That's what I mean. It's just made by Bill Gates and Microsoft, so it doesn't work. I mean, I don't think it did what the elite thought, or whatever they're not even really elite, but they call themselves that. I think they're trying to kill us all. It's depopulation. I think it's depopulation and sterilization. I mean, this is this is the only time like big pharmaceutical industries are selling it to the government, so they're making record profits, I guess. But this is the only time. I don't know. I'm not gonna go down that rabbit hole. I'm just saying, like, I could tell I'm being lied to, and I think COVID's fake and gay. I don't know.
Well, it is a
Do you
question.
really think when you say COVID's fake? Do you believe it does? You believe COVID doesn't exist at all?
At the very least, it's not even close to the threat they're saying it is. But I do believe it's fake. Yeah, I think these flu numbers we're saying. I think they're blaming they're using flu numbers as COVID numbers basically, and flu deaths as COVID deaths. That's what I think they're doing. They're manipulating stats.
And so you think nobody in America has had COVID-19?
Not COVID. No, I think they're lying, and I think those PCR tests are false negative or false positives. Basically, and couldn't even determine COVID-19 anyway. That's my belief system. But yeah, I mean, open interpretation.
Nah, I'm just not.
See, I don't.
I disagree, but I'm not gonna have the conversation.
I
no, you're lying.
that,
I think that's what I think important. I think these discussions are important right now. I don't. You know, what I mean, I think these are very important. I think you like people that should disagree all the time until we find the truth. You know.
I do believe. I believe it's a weapon. It's a bioweapon. I do believe it is part of a population control that exists, and anybody who doesn't believe that, the elites and the people holding the scepters are looking to control and minimize the population. There is a shortage of goods. There's a shortage of elements and materials, and if you don't believe that, ask why China's doing what they're doing. You know, they're trying to gather up all the commodities around the world.
Totally.
And they really want to push for this and get rid of the U.S. and strong arm the rest of the world. There's a lot of things there that people like you said, they're stupid. They're ignoring. Now, one thing I've learned is that through somebody who I know who's a member of an elite organization called Knights of Malta, that, the COVID is a real thing. It's a bioweapon. It has 44 variants. We're on the 5th or 6th variant. Many of these variants, like now they're talking about Omicron, which is, it's a pussy variant because it's not very lethal. Nobody, it's like a cold, and everybody's
getting it. Pussy variant. It's a pussy variant. Only women get it.
Yeah, it's a new panda out of Russia, the pussy variants. You know what I mean?
I just literally did nothing to survive, and I think bodies would be stacking up. If this was anything like worth like shutting down the entire world for fucking 2 years, I think literally this is. I think I've only been affected by the protocols of COVID-19, like basically.
Well, I mean, I know people who have died from it, but you're saying is they died.
I'd like to see direct evidence of that being the variant that kills them. People die all the fucking time. I think there's flu deaths. I think there's a flu deaths, and I like to see the exact. I hear people tell me all the time people die from COVID, like the grandparents, all that stuff. I just want to see fucking like actual evidence of this. All I've seen is teleprompter readers and graphics. That's all I've fucking seen.
Well, I will say this, Anthony, you're right, because before COVID, we had over 400,000 or 500,000 deaths a year from the flu.
Yeah,
but now
and they're using flu deaths as COVID-19 deaths.
There are no flu deaths.
Yeah,
so that's the interesting
that's what the stats are coming from.
And now we're just relabeling that as that, right?
100%.
And is that now? The big thing of what's happened with this thing is that when you have a virus that has a 99% survival rate, right? And now we want to change the world. Everybody wants to change it. That's interesting.
More people died from abortion in 2020. More people purposely killed their kids. There's like 3 million abortions in 2020 and like 300,000 COVID deaths, arguably. So I mean, clearly we don't give a fuck about life and stop pretending. The big pharma doesn't give a fuck about us.
I mean, those babies kind of deserved it, though.
I mean, like whatever opinion on killing babies is, I know liberals love killing babies, but I just feel like that. I just feel like that. Like if we actually cared about health, we wouldn't kill babies and we die. It's like 3 million people. More people die from abortion. It's just like this isn't a real threat. It's like I'm just sick of like this nanny state trying to tell me what to do. And this is I know we left Europe for this reason. We left Europe for like freedom, and I'm looking for it still. I'm like looking for the remnants of fucking freedom. I don't see it anywhere.
Yeah, I agree. There's definitely a lot. There's a lot more. I think if as conspiracies go, I believe. I do believe there's certain. Again, I call the people that hold the scepters. There's about 6 or 8 power brokers, people that control the world. They're not governments.
They argue, like basically.
And I believe in that wholeheartedly. Well, this kind of seems not as important, but my last question, and let me ask you guys think that you think student loan debt should be forgiven?
I don't know, man. That's a tough question.
Danny,
I
do
think
you
it was a
have any
false promise to get
student loan debt?
elected.
No, because I didn't go to college because I'm retarded. But I also think I don't know. You can't just I don't know. Forgive, just erase it. Well, then someone's losing a shit ton of money. You can't just erase it.
Progressives on the left, and like Anthony just said, it was a political, a candidacy type promise that they're going to let try to get people to vote for them so they can get rid of all their student loan debt. The people I know that have a lot of student loan debt are necessary, not a lot, but basically people that don't have responsibility. I had a little bit of a student loan. I had scholarships for soccer, so thank God. My stepdaughter has a huge amount of student debt, but she's paying it off.
But Doug, you went to school at a different time when it wasn't the price. Like it's
True.
Insane.
It's different now.
It's different now.
It is.
Well, I mean, if you're going to go and get a degree and spend $150,000 on a degree to get a job that barely pays $30,000 a year, that's a decision you're making. And you know what I mean? But you're right. I mean, there's
predatory loans, though. These are 18-year-olds that are fucking retarded, getting out of high school, barely taught fucking anything, thrown into another institution to be brainwashed, not really taught anything, and like they're basically being tricked. And like, should the people that threw these predatory loans be, prosecuted for fucking like preying on these fucking people? Even it's like there's not a blanket statement. There's some people that are just fucking stupid, took loans out, didn't know what they're doing. There's some people that knew what they're doing and don't want to be accountable for their actions. I mean, there's so many different variables, and all it really is, it's another like tactic. Like when a politician talks about anything, it's usually just a lie to get elected, and like it's like that. Like Joe Biden's like, we're gonna get rid of all your loans, we're gonna get rid of this, and like just another fucking lie. I can't even believe he said. We elected a guy who can't even complete a fucking sentence, and we're surprised he's not like basically like doing anything. We're surprised by this,
How funny was it the other day when he was on the call with families about tracking sand on NORAD, and the one guy from Oregon said, "Let's go, Brandon." He was like, "Yeah, that's good."
He's like, "Let's go, Brandon." I agree. Yeah, that was fucking epic. Yeah. That guy's MVP, Christmas MVP for sure.
That was awesome, and that guy's life's getting threatened. By the way,
Well, that's what they do.
That's what I said. These people that are threatening your life are not capable of actually taking your life. They're just trying to scare you. The mob, are trying to use those scare tactics.
And you can't give in to them, man. You're gonna look like. That's what happened to St. Louis. I'm from St. Louis. I mean, that's what happened. The entire town's a fucking third world country because we let these fucking radical retards run it, man. Like we ran into the fucking ground. And I mean, that's why all these major cities are fucking soup kitchens, man. Like you know what I mean? Like it's fucking insane.
You mentioned New York. How is New York? I mean, New York reopened. Now it got issues again. There might even be stronger mandates again. Like you can't go anywhere. Broadway's closed, right? They stopped the shows and everything now. Certain things are
within like within the last week it went to shit. Like I think the last few months I've been having a great time doing shows every night out there. Fucking, it was great. Within the last week, I'm worried that it's all gonna fucking go back to how it was.
I get the fuck out now, man. Like I get the fuck out now. You're a huge target for nuclear war with China. I mean, this is not a good time to be in a major city. To be honest with you, I'm not trying to be weird. I'm just saying this is a.
I also don't live in New York. I live in New Jersey, but I go to New York a lot to do shows.
Still close,
but
you're still super close.
Yeah,
the mushroom cloud will still hit you, dude. I mean,
that's
I get the
fuck away from that shit.
That's why I moved to Greenville, South Carolina. It was I wanted to be a little away from some of the more those areas.
Florida's probably the first target. You're smart for that. Florida's probably the first target. It's the only functioning economy in the United States right now because everywhere else like shut down on fear tactics. You know what I mean? So it's like, I mean, Florida's fucking first for good news. I say Florida, LA, New York, all that shit fucking gone. I mean, that's gonna be fucking gone as soon as like China gets the balls to nuke us finally.
You're not worried. Danny's not worried about being nuked by China.
Well, he's Jewish. He goes to heaven, right? His soul's infinite. He's chosen. He's one of God's favorite people.
That's right, because Danny knows that when that happens, the Jews are going to blow the fuck out of China, and he'll get
raptured before.
Absolutely. All right, it's time for everybody. It's time for the news as a joke. This is where we bring up stories and we try to make fun of them any way we can. Our first story: Colorado leads nation in dog poo complaints. Study finds. First of all, I'm not a big, I have a dog. Actually, my dog passed. Now I'm sitting because my mother-in-law sold her house and she's going to stay with us for a while. So we brought the dog up and now I got to worry about picking up shit again. and I'm not happy about that.
What are the complaints? That it doesn't taste good?
You're right. Where the fuck? Yeah, let's see.
I'm not lonely enough for animals, you know. Like I feel like if I was like lonelier, I'd have more animals. But like I don't know. To each their own, you know. I'm not saying you shouldn't have animals. I just don't want them.
Oh, that's great.
I just
I'm
don't.
trying to, dude. I'm trying to look at the fucking story, and what happens? It won't let me do it because I got to subscribe. Are you fucking?
Oh, that's
kidding
how it
me?
is, man.
The
Newspapers
New York
dead,
Times.
dude. You read 3 sentences now.
All right. Well,
It's
fuck that.
annoying, but it also is like I feel like that's annoying, but it's also the only way to like kind of keep it accurate. I feel like if people are paying for the newspaper, then you feel like then there's no sponsorship, so then they can be doing a better job without having to worry
That's
about the
interesting.
sponsors.
That's interesting.
Yeah, I
the
get the money.
subscribers pay
I
for
get
it
the
versus
money
like private
aspect
interest.
of
Yeah.
it, but now I can't figure out why the people in Colorado, you know, you figure they're
But
all high.
also,
You know,
but
they're
also
all
if you're doing
high.
stories about dog,
I know. I mean, you know, let's move on. Hopefully this people let me this shit for free. A woman was prosecuted and fined for keying a Tesla Model 3 after being caught by its onboard cameras. You know, these Teslas have cameras all over them. And if you're going to key a car, this is the wrong car to key. Have either of you guys ever had your car keyed by a jealous woman or a pissed off boyfriend who woman
I took
you're
somebody's
banging?
parking spot one time and they put mustard on it, but I'd rather have the parking than a clean car, so I didn't care. So basically, they're like backing
mustard
into,
on the car.
like, yeah, they're backing into a
He
parking
drives
spot.
a
And I
weenie
swooped in like an
mobile.
asshole and took it.
He drives the Oscar Mayer weenie mobile. So they put it.
It was after that. No, they're
Was it?
backing
Are we
into a
talking
parking
spicy
spot.
brown?
I didn't know I don't know exactly what kind of mustard it was, but they fucking like there was like these kids and I was going to a bar and they're backing up into a parking spot and I just swooped in and took their spot like an asshole, like right in front of it, and then like they're like trying to yell at me and I just told them to shut the fuck up and like basically, and then they couldn't do anything to my face, so whenever I left they mustered my car. Ugh. You know.
Oh, wow, that's not.
Yeah,
The weenie mobile joke was good.
Yeah, it was a great joke.
Thank
It
you.
was a great joke.
I had my ex-girlfriend completely. I had a Forerunner. She put a K. Her name was Kim. She put a K on my fucking hood, and she's like, "It wasn't me." I'm like, "Well, who else was it? Karen, Kevin, Casey? Who was it?"
She signed it.
Yeah, she said it wasn't her. She even went my wife now, who I was dating after her. That's why she was mad. She fucking mangled my wife's at the time's windshield wipers. You know, bitches be crazy.
Yeah, like that solves anything. Like, what does being mad even do? And then like breaking things, like what does it even do or accomplish or anything? It doesn't even make any sense. Like,
well, that's why
That's what's great about Teslas.
Yeah,
there you go.
No,
we have three comics on. We're all attention whores talking over each other.
Yeah, I mean that's what's great about Tesla. The cameras pick it up. I mean, nowadays you really can't do shit like that. You're gonna get caught.
I
bet you Tesla could.
Go ahead, Danny.
Tesla could make a future where it's like if you key the car, it just like it sheds like a turtle and just new layer of skin paint comes up. I said shed like a turtle, like a snake.
I didn't even catch that till you corrected it. That's hilarious.
Yeah.
along with the whoopee cushion.
Like,
along with the whoopee cushion. Yeah. You know, now we think about it, Elon Musk is an asshole. Bring back Senator Warren. Absolutely. Next story. Mayor Wuhan is her nickname. Boston leader Michelle Wu is flooded with racist comments after COVID-19 vaccine policy in Boston. Yeah, they wanted her. How can you not? I mean, we're all comics. I mean, you don't want to make racial things like that. But her name is Wu, and they're gonna call her Wuhan, man. I mean,
how's that racist? That's like retarded. If you called her like a rice-eating bitch or something to be racist, but like, what is the fuck is Wuhan? Like, you mean like you didn't? There's nothing racist about saying Wuhan. Like that's like retarded as fuck. Like, you know what I mean?
Like, I think we know now. I think we know now why Anthony did not win the election. But
yeah, wait. So what's the reason? What's the reason you got kicked off Twitter again?
I fucking love it. This is what we need. This is what we really fucking need. First of all, I'm not name calling to me. I always learned when I was young. Names don't ever give somebody power, right? Like if somebody calls you a name and you get mad, then you're giving them power. You're letting them know that they affect your life, so you don't let it bother you. But
What are some
that's
names you would
changed.
call Dougie?
Dougie the Bug, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Doug the Bug. I mean, just saying, you know what I mean? But that's the thing. I learned
Yeah.
martial arts, and the name stopped by the time I was in middle school, because I put some whoop ass on some people.
Yeah, I'm like pro bullying. It makes people strong. Like, see, you got bullied, so you became good at martial arts. Like, we don't have that anymore. We have to bully people to make them rise and become better. Basically, the more you make fun of people, the stronger they get. And like, we're just making a weak generation of apologists who just call everything racist. They're like, oh, you don't agree with me? It's because you're racist. I'm like, no, it's your policy. I mean, we don't like your fucking stupid policy in Boston. It has nothing to do with your background and your race or your religion or your fucking favorite movie. It just has to do with fucking like you're stupid and you're making a bad policy and you don't want to be accountable for your actions. So you cry and make up excuses. That's what's happening. Nobody's accountable for their actions anymore. It's all everyone's racist. Everyone's racist now. Ooh. I really wish the left was right, and the biggest problem was racist right now. I really wish, like, you know why the economy's plummeting and we have inflation? Oh, the racists, man. It's just the fucking racists, dude. These people, these white supremacists are ruining the economy. I really wish they're right. I really wish they're fucking right because it'd be an easy problem to solve.
It would be. I agree. Danny, I know I would say you're a little more on the left, obviously, than Anthony is.
Yeah.
So, I would guess. I'm not going to go on a limb and tell you politics, but I would say that I mean, how do you feel about that? Like, in other words, do you feel the left is maybe that's why the polls are so bad for the current administration? Is that the average person out there is going, all right, we bought your shit. Now you're in. I mean, is that the thing?
It's weird. Is like I'm on the left, but I'm also a comic, and I put comic first for everything. So pretty much across the board. So and I also I agree with you on the it's a joke. Fucking who gives a shit. I also wouldn't go as far as saying race eating bitch, but
you just did, bro. I'm offended, actually. I'm offended now.
But
racist to say somebody who's Asian is eating rice. I mean, my wife is Asian. There's packets of fucking rice in the house. Like, we have bags of rice because that's a staple. So
also,
it's
context though. It's like context. It wasn't like I was like she is one. I just said like that's not like
no.
I know. I don't give a fuck about race. I think it's the most boring argument in the fucking world. It's like tell me you're vegan or fucking gay or something. I just don't give a fuck. I'm not. You know what I mean? Like,
what they calling the
they want.
Senator of Wuhan? It's funny.
It is. It's
a joke.
Like,
it's also what was the Trump was saying that thing. Oh, this is so long ago that I don't even remember what he was saying. But there was
Kung flu,
something like that. It was the Kung flu. It's a joke.
Flu, yeah. It's funny.
It's funny.
Yeah,
it's kind of funny.
People lost
Trump,
their fucking mind with that.
You're like fucking retards.
It's fucking Kung flu is funny. I mean, it's not. It is not fucking It is not demonizing the people. It's obviously pointing out whoever was the one who released it. You know what I mean? It's focusing on the origin of the fucking virus. It's not focusing on an entire people that live in a country. It's just focusing on that.
It's a funny tweet. It wouldn't like if you was in your act, I would call you a hack. But if you tweet it out, it's like, oh, that's fine.
That's a good point. Yeah, no.
Mayor Wuhan. All right. Holiday gifts taken from luggage replaced with dog food. Thousands of dollars of gifts bought in Europe were brought back and expected to be given to friends. Oh, I can't wait till my friend gets my Yardro. But in the meantime, they're only getting Alpo. I mean,
is it wet or dry?
Yeah, well, I'll have to ask my wife. But it you know what I mean? But you're right. I mean, it's one thing if you're going to steal shit, but then to replace it.
That's a trade. Is it trade? Is it stealing if you trade?
That's a good point.
That's bartering.
It's a good point.
Yeah, because I imagine if you ask somebody what's worth more, a Yardro, a porcelain statue made in Spain, or a can of Alpo. Well, if you ask a human, they're going to say the Yardro. But if you ask Rover, he's going to go woof, which means Alpo. So I guess it's relative to the species. I don't know. Gina Sheldon of Portsmouth, New Hampshire, She also found an old T-shirt, a shaving cream bottle, and dog food in place of all the shit she had purchased.
That's hilarious.
So now the person who did this is very funny because they're a thief,
Yeah.
but they also have a great sense of humor.
Exactly. That's what I liked
Like the
about it. I
Joker.
mean, exactly. Now they're looking for some guy with green hair at the airport. I am, why not? I mean, it could have been worse. They could have put dog shit in there, which wouldn't have been,
It would've been harder to
That would
Dog
only
shit,
happen in
though.
Denver.
Yeah.
That's the dog shit problem they were talking about.
Yes.
Now I understand why the complaints are rising.
Oh God, what happened here now? All my fucking stories are gone. What's going on?
The next. Do you want me to say the next one? I have it up.
Yeah.
Woman claims she was groped in Meta's virtual reality metaverse.
Yeah. Now you guys are familiar with the metaverse?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wasn't
understanding familiar with it until yesterday.
All right. My understanding is basically you put the headsets on and you go into this virtual world, right? It reminds me of the movie Lawnmower Man from years ago. You remember Lawnmower Man? You ever see that movie? It was a sci-fi movie, pretty cool. But she was groped. Now, if you read the story, I understand that somebody groped her while they were in the metaverse, right?
Yeah, am I
So-
accountable for killing people in Red Dead Redemption now? It's just like
But
insane.
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. If you're it's not like you're in the real world. Like if your avatar grabs my ass, my avatar's ass,
Your avatar's ass.
right? If
Also, if you're
somebody
going
else,
to,
go
if you're
ahead.
going to do a crime, do something worse. Don't just grope fucking murder a bitch.
Yeah. I mean, why grab an ass if it's just the metaverse? I mean,
Finger her.
And yeah, fucking finger banger. You're in a corporate meeting. It's like. I mean, how do you prove that? I mean, you know what I mean? Like, how do you prove that?
These are the kind of cases Kim Kardashian's going to represent.
Yes. Welcome to the Kim Kardashian law firm. We give you a free. With every case, we give you a free lifetime supply of Fix-A-Flat for your ass. Nuts. This is a technology story I thought I had here. Exclusive Polish senators hacked with spyware. Russian court. No, must not have been. At any rate. This is a great story. Farting barrister loses harassment claim against colleague who asked him to stop.
Oh, I thought it said shit. When you sent this article to me and I read the headline, I wrote so many jokes for this,
right?
But I thought it said barista. I thought it said farted. All my jokes that I prepared for this part of the show was for a farting barista loses harassment claims.
Well, we should still hear him then, because we should still hear him then. See, if you actually could tell the difference between barrister and barista, you wouldn't be living with your mom and dad, Dan. And
Exactly.
just telling you. But all right, so let's hear about. Let me hear your jokes about the farting barista.
Well, he was fired from the Starbucks and immediately hired by Chipotle. I was gonna say, how big was the fart? Was it a Vente or a Grande? Those were the two jokes I wrote for it, but now they're
good. Those are good.
Good for you. Yeah, a barrister, and basically in the United Kingdom is a lawyer. So I guess these guys are working together, and some guy kept farting, and the guy said, "You got to stop," and the guy got and complained, but the guy was taking medications and shit, which is causing the farts, and the guy lost the case. Have you ever been? You ever been around somebody who you have a funny fart story, Anthony, where you told somebody to stop farting or start farting or fart more or
start farting? Yeah, I've never been in any of those situations. I like how start farting was an option. Like I'm just sitting around like, you know what this room needs? Farts. I think it's just like,
Yeah, well, I've been in some rooms that smell so bad. I wish they smell. What's that? Wasn't that Otto and George's joke? There's an old joke like Jersey, the only place where if somebody farts in the car, you roll the windows up.
That's funny.
That is
I
funny.
think I think
That's
it's Otto
fun.
and George. But I have a funny. I actually was dating this girl, and we were on a trip, and on the flight home, she was like shitting her pants. I mean, these were sulfuric farts. They were smell, and everybody was looking at me. You know, everybody's looking at me. They're not looking at this little girl. They're looking at me, right? And she thought it was the funniest fucking thing because she kept fucking ripping.
Yeah, who's gonna believe you?
And it was horrible. First of all, I had to endure this fucking smell. So, you know, and then of course, I think her sister and brother-in-law picked us up at the airport. So we're in the back seat of her car. I'm fucking ripping in the back seat of her car now. And I was it. I got home. I never called her back. And the girl was like, whatever happened? I thought we were so happy together. I'm like, not your stinky ass. So that was a deal breaker. Was a deal breaker.
Farting's a deal breaker. Is are burps a deal breaker?
If I'm just dating a woman or just started dating somebody, she's burping, that might be a, you know.
Yeah, I almost feel like there's a window of etiquette. Like I've been like my wife forever now, so it's like different. But like at first, it's almost like on like not good, I guess, in the first like weeks or months or whatever. But after a while, you're just like, we're all humans. I don't give a fuck anymore.
I saw Jessica Kierson, who's one of the funny. I don't know if you've ever seen her, but she's one of the funniest people I've ever seen ever. And she was doing my show, and she burped into the microphone, and then goes, "It's okay, I'm a lesbian."
That's funny. That's funny.
Yeah, we all love lesbian burps, right? Nothing better than a vagina burp.
I'm
That's a
actually
queef.
only homophobic towards lesbians.
You can't be. You cannot be. All
I'm
right,
just
our
joking.
last story. Our last story. I think this is a crazy story. This is a story for you, Anthony, because a group of monkeys kill over 250 dogs in an Indian town for revenge. Seems I guess what happened was a dog or a pack of dogs in this town of India killed a monkey, like a baby monkey. You know, these dogs attacked the monkey and they killed it. And then all the other monkeys got together and they said, dogs got to go. No more
That's
fucking
badass,
dogs.
honestly.
The monkeys all teamed up, ended up capturing all the dogs in the fucking neighborhood, bringing them up to the building and throwing them off the building.
Holy shit, that's crazy.
Yeah. So now the monkeys, there's no more dogs. So now the people are trying to protect the dogs. And so now the monkeys are attacking the babies and the humans in this fucking town.
That's insane.
And I'm like, what's next? We're going to have fucking, you know, we're going to have the Statue of Liberty on the beach and a bunch of monkeys. You know, I'm a human.
And that's how
It's a
America was
fucking-
before we fucking like just settled it. You know what I mean? Like if you don't sell your, I mean, nature's wild, bro. I mean, you know what I mean? Everything's trying to kill everything all the time.
I just thought it was really weird that we all know monkeys are smart. You know what I mean? But to for them to get together,
Revenge.
but yeah, and they're very vengeful. You know, monkeys are very fucking revengeful. They'll remember
They seem more
you.
confident than our president right now. Like,
Yeah.
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 I agree
Don't eat that
100%.
monkey's banana.
No,
He'll
no,
remember.
he'll fucking remember that. He will remember that. All right, closing thoughts, everybody. Let's share some of the thoughts. I'll say this. I was at the holiday party at the Improv. Somebody had COVID, and I think 450 people have died since then. Now I don't know. I'm only kidding. I know I know how you feel about COVID, Anthony. It doesn't exist. It's a thing, but
No, I said it's
you know,
fake and gay.
sorry,
That was the
I
stance.
stand
Fake and
corrected.
gay.
I stand corrected. But I don't know. What do you want to leave the show with? What do you want? How do you want to close this thing out, Anthony? You've said a lot today, by the way. You were very on point for the way you feel about things, and like you said, some of that stuff I agree with. Some of it, I who knows, but it's not far. I mean, Danny completely disagrees with you. Because
Not on everything, but on a lot of it.
Well, that's what the human experience is like. I mean, I'm not like these people that like really care if people agree or disagree. I just say what I want, and like kind of like you guys probably the same way. Your comics, I mean, we have the same thick skin and think that our opinions matter. Like, I don't know. You know, I feel like it's the same kind of thing. You know. Yeah, no, I think we should disagree all the time until we find a good solution. You know, I mean, if everyone just agreed with everything I said, I just think they're fucking losers. You know.
True that. Danny, any final thoughts?
Well, he convinced me COVID doesn't exist, and
it's
that's
fake
what
and
I
gay.
believe now. So,
Yeah, it's awesome.
I believe COVID's fake and gay. That's a quote.
And you're a homophobe.
No, I know. I had a good time.
You're homophobic and you're a bigot if you don't believe COVID's gay.
Yeah, and of course, and racist.
Yeah.
So,
well, there you go. Well, it's been a lot of fun, gentlemen, to have you on the show. Anthony Rogers, of course, and Danny Braff. Danny is performing all over New York City, Jersey. He's got shows all over the place. Danny, what's coming up? What do you want to tell the folks where they can find you?
follow me on Instagram. It's at Danny Braff, DANNYBRAFF. Come see me. I do a show the third Thursday of every month at Verve in Somerville, New Jersey. January 20th. It's going to be a really cool show. Headlining is Usama Siddiqui, and Rosebud Baker is going to be a special guest. That's going to be really fun. I also do a show the third Wednesday of every month at Westside Comic Club in New York. And come out to a show.
Real quick, the Verve, is that the place me and Levy were at? That narrow, is that place
That's
for doing
it.
shows? Oh, that was fun.
Yes, that's it. That's fun.
Awesome. Anthony?
Don't follow me anywhere. Don't Google my name. Do not follow my OnlyFans. Do not subscribe to my Snapchat Premium.
There you go. And I think they will not listen to you.
They shouldn't. They should not listen to my podcast. They should not do anything. Don't watch my movies. Don't watch my podcast. And then start this episode over again and just keep watching this episode. That's all you got right now. Just keep watching the same episode over and over again, if you would.
There you go. Well, that's it for that. Aside from that, fellas, I will be, hopefully, if this Omicron stuff doesn't go crazy, I'll be at Island Grill in Islamorada, Florida, opening for Jimmy Schubert on January 23rd. I'm going to be at Mulligan's in Port St. Lucie, headlining for Casey and Spaz Comedy. And Tavolino's is back in Coral Springs on the 16th of February, God willing. Joe Matarese is our headliner. And go to DougieAlmeida.com for more dates and all that. Follow me at Funny Fiduciary on Twitter and on TikTok, and follow me at Instagram at Dougie Dangerous. A lot of fun, everybody. We'll be back with all new shows starting again next week. Stay tuned for that. And please follow our show on Instagram at Wake Up Late with Dougie Show and on Twitter at Wake Up Dougie. That's it, everybody. God bless. Enjoy your new year. Stay safe and stay away from that gay, not real, fake COVID. Right? Don't be racist. Get COVID. Enjoy it. Fuck vaccines and fuck Fauci. What up?